A very good morning to all of you students. As chapter number 3 understanding quadrilateral was going on and exercise 3.2 was completed, I really hope that you have watched all the previous lectures before coming to this lecture. So in this lecture we are going to begin with exercise 3.3. Exercise 3.3. Students, before starting this exercise, it's really important that we should be aware about the properties of quadrilaterals. So that is already we have done. Before starting the chapter, I have given you the brief introduction about all the properties of quadrilateral. And when we will do the question as per the need, I will explain if few things will be required to explain. So I will just clear it out during that. So let us begin. Question number 1. Exercise 3.3. So one figure is given, okay, and that is mentioned to us that this is a parallelogram. Fine. So parallelogram, the diagonal AC and BD, and both the diagonals are, so figure I have drawn, are intersecting at the point, and the point of intersection is O. And they are asking, there is fill in the blanks, AD will be equal to dash. We have to tell that AD is equal to which one. So AD will be equal to, students, this will be equal to BC. AD and BC will be equal. The reason is opposite sides of quadrilateral are always equal in length. So AD is equal to BC, and this we will mention. Opposite sides of parallelogram are equal in length. Okay. So we will mention this. Opposite sides of parallelogram. I am writing this in short, but you are not allowed. This is the symbol for parallel, and this I have written gram. So I have written parallelogram. This is for, I can write this smartly, you can't. Okay, you have to mention it fully with the whole spelling, opposite sides of parallelogram. If you have any doubt regarding the spelling, then I can tell you. Parallelogram. So this is the spelling for parallelogram. For saving the time, sometimes we use this. Okay, only teachers are eligible to use this, not you people. Second property they are asking, angle DCB is equal to, angle DCB is equal to DCB. So this angle. Okay, whenever any angle is mentioned, just follow the middle one. Middle one is the vertex. They are speaking about middle one. So this is angle C, starting from D, DCB. So angle DCB will be equal to which angle? So let me tell you, angle DCB will be equal to angle DAB. Why DCB will be equal to DAB? So the reason is opposite angles of parallelogram are always equal. So opposite angles of parallelogram. Opposite angles of parallelogram. So this is the reason. Similarly, students, they are asking third one, OC is equal to OC. OC. So OC will be equal to OA. Why OC will be equal to OA? We have to mention the property. So students, as you can see, the diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other equally. Bisecting means equally they will be divided. Okay, so OC will be equal to OA, and we will write it diagonals of parallelogram. Diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So this is the reason. Then students, the fourth one is measure of angle DAB plus measure of angle CDA will be equal to how much? So students, DAB, this angle, CDA, okay, CDA, this angle. So as you can see, these two angles they are denoting, both are adjacent angles. Okay, so in a parallelogram, I am telling you the new property. Please remember this property. In a parallelogram, the adjacent angles are always supplementary. What is the meaning of supplementary? The meaning of supplementary is that the sum of the angles will be always 180 degree. So if someone asks you what will be the sum of A and B? 180. Why? Because these two are adjacent angles. What will be the sum of A and D? 180. These two are adjacent angles sharing a common side AD. What will be the sum of angle A and angle C? We don't know. Actually, we can guarantee one thing, that angle A and angle C will be equal. Opposite angles are equal and adjacent angles are supplementary. So these two are adjacent angles. So sum will be 180 degree, and reason we have to mention, so we can mention it. No doubt, adjacent angles of parallelogram, adjacent angles of parallelogram are supplementary. Okay, so this property you have to remember. Not only this, in fact all the properties you have to remember, so that you can recall your properties for attempting such kind of questions. I really hope that you understood all. So this I am going to erase. So let me erase this. So students, let us do question number second. Question number second, consider the following parallelograms. Find parallelogram A, B, C, D. This angle is given to us Y, this angle is given to us X, this angle is Z, this angle is 100 degree. Which angle they are asking? We have to evaluate the value of X in this figure. Even X, Y, Z, all. You will say only one angle is given. In remaining three we have to calculate. How we can do this? So the answer is, it's a miracle. It's a miracle of properties. So remember all the properties of parallelogram. You can solve it easily. So one property you have to remember, that opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So if this angle is 100 degree, so Y will be equal to 100 degree. We should actually mention this. We should actually mention this as in the terms of the vertex. Okay. So directly we should not write this. So we will write like this: in parallelogram ABCD. In parallelogram ABCD, we will write like this: angle ADC, because this angle is angle ADC, will be equal to, which angle is this? B1, ABC. Which kind of angle these two are? These two are opposite angles of parallelogram, so these will be equal. In bracket we will mention opposite angles of parallelogram. So this is how we will mention, then we can write directly. Y is equal to 100 degree. Answer. Now, why we have calculated? One more property which I explained you even today, that the adjacent angle, the sum of the adjacent angle is always how much? 180 degree. In short, we can say adjacent angles are supplementary. So y plus this angle is x. So y plus x is equal to 180 degree. Reason will be adjacent angles are supplementary. Adjacent angles are supplementary. Okay. So this we have to mention. Fine. So y plus x is equal to 180 degree. Substitute the value of y, that is 100. 100 plus x is equal to 180. Plus 100 shifted on another side will become minus 100. So this will be 180 minus 100. So x will be 80 degree. Now if we have calculated x, then z already we have calculated, because we can see these two are opposite angles of parallelogram. Opposite angles are equal in measures. So z will be how much? Z will be equal to x is equal to 80 degree, and in bracket we will mention that yz is equal to x. These two are opposite angles. So we will mention this opposite angles of parallelogram. Opposite angles of parallelogram. So remember this property. Okay, I really hope you understood this. Now let us solve further questions. So firstly I have to erase this. I hope you understood. So students, second part we are going to solve. This angle is given to us 50 degree. This is y, this is x, this is z. So if this angle is 50, firstly, if there is no name given to all the vertex, it seems to be bent. Okay, so let us give it the name. Suppose this vertex is A, this vertex is B, this is C, this is D, say this vertex is E. Okay, fine. So we have given the name to all the vertex. So students, this angle is 50 degree. Now, what will be the measure of this angle? Opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. So this will be 50 degree. We should mention it. So we will write like this in parallelogram. Which parallelogram is this? ABDE. In parallelogram ABDE, angle, which angle is this? Angle ABD. Angle ABD is equal to, which angle is this? Angle AED is equal to 50 degree. In bracket we will mention opposite angles. Opposite angles. Fine, we have mentioned. So students, this we have calculated. Now, what will be the measure of angle Z? We can solve it like this. 50 plus z. 50 plus z will be equal to 180 degree, as these two angles are linear pair. Okay, the sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 degree. So z will be equal to 180 minus 50 degree. We should mention this actually, linear pair. So z will be how much? 130 degree. Z we have calculated. Fine. How to calculate x? X will be, see, x will be equal to 130. Why x will be 130? These two are parallel lines and one transversal we have drawn. If you remember class 7th, in class 7th you have studied one property. Suppose there are two parallel lines, one transversal is drawn, then transversal will make the equal angles with both the parallel line, and these two angles are corresponding angles. Remember? So same property we are going to apply. Parallel lines, transversal is drawn, so z will be equal to x and z will be 130 by corresponding angle. So x is equal to z is equal to 130 degree. In bracket we will mention the reason, that is corresponding angles. Okay, so remember this property. Fine, so this we have calculated, x we have calculated. Now what is the value of x? That is 130. Then y will be how much? 130, because opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. So y is equal to x is equal to 130 in bracket opposite angles of parallelogram. Okay, I hope you understood this. So let us solve the third part. This is x, y. This angle is missing in my book. This should be 30 degree. This is z. And this angle is 90 degree. Fine. So let us give it a name. A, B, C, D. Point is O. Now students, if this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, what will be the measure of this angle? No doubt these two angles will be equal. If you remember, which kind of angles these two are? Vertically opposite angle. So if this angle is 90, x will be equal to 90 degree by vertically opposite angle. Write it fully. I have written in short, vertically opposite angles. So students, x we have calculated. Now in triangle ODC, apply angle sum property. Apply angle sum property. So students, if this angle is 90 degree, so 90 plus 30 plus y. Sum of all the angles in a triangle is how much? That is equal to 180. So by angle sum property, this will be 180 degree. 90 plus 30, that is 120. So 120 plus y is equal to 180 degree. So plus 120 shifted on another side will become minus 120. So y will be how much? 60 degree. Okay. So y we have calculated, x we have calculated. So students, if this angle is 60 degree, what will be the value of z? Z will be how much? Z will also be 60 degree. Why? These two are, as you can see, one Z is formed. Z is formed. And if a Z is formed like this, if two parallel lines are there, one transversal you have drawn, then the angles opposite to the transversal are equal and known as alternate interior angle. So y will be equal to z. So z is equal to y is equal to 60 degree by alternate interior. Okay, so we have calculated all the angles in this particular figure. Fourth and fifth part of question number 2 are quite similar to first and second part. You try yourself, okay, you try by yourself. Otherwise, I will explain you in my next lecture. So this is all for today. I really hope you understood all things. So thank you. God bless.